Hi! If you're seeing this, then I'm from a planet called Earth. We do not know who you are, but this message contains the story of humanity, what we built, what we destroyed, what we learned, and what we hope another civilization might understand about us. Humanity began fragile. We survived ice ages, famine, war, disease, and our own mistakes. Yet through every era, one thing remained constant: our desire to explore, create, believe, and connect. This is the story of humanity. Human history began during the Stone Age, where survival itself was humanity's greatest challenge. In the Paleolithic era, humans lived as hunter-gatherers. They hunted animals, fished, and foraged for plants while constantly migrating in search of food and safer climates. Most groups were small and self-sufficient, with little social classes or permanent leadership. Early humans often practiced animism, believing nature held spiritual power. This mattered because it shaped humanity's first understanding of the world and connected people deeply with their environment. But around 10,000 BCE, humanity experienced one of the greatest turning points in history: the Neolithic Revolution. Humans learned to domesticate animals and grow crops. Farming created food surpluses, meaning not everyone needed to spend their lives searching for food anymore. This changed humanity forever. For the first time, people settled permanently in towns and cities. Specialized jobs emerged: priests, merchants, soldiers, artisans, and rulers. Governments formed, religious and political leaders gained power, social classes developed. Civilization itself became possible because agriculture allowed humans to cooperate on a larger scale. This also impacted the future by laying the foundation for every major society that followed, from empires to modern nations. As civilizations grew, humans became more organized and interconnected. One of the most influential civilizations was ancient China, which focused heavily on structure, political order, and intellectual systems. Chinese inventions like silk, paper, woodblock printing, and gunpowder transformed both Asia and eventually the rest of the world. These innovations were spread through the Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting China to the Middle East, India, Africa, and Europe. The Silk Road mattered because it linked distant civilizations that had once been isolated from one another. Goods traveled across continents, but so did ideas, religions, technologies, languages, and cultures. This process became known as cultural diffusion. Meanwhile, civilizations like Rome and Persia built massive empires with advanced governments, legal systems, and social classes. Their expansion connected millions of people under shared political and economic systems. Trade across the Indian Ocean further connected East Africa, the Middle East, India, and East Asia. Maritime trade allowed cultures to exchange knowledge faster than ever before. But humanity also discovered a dangerous truth: connection spreads disasters too. In the 1300s, the Black Death spread along trade routes through fleets carried by ships and merchants. Millions died across Europe, Asia, and North Africa. The plague devastated populations, but it also changed society permanently. Because so many workers died, labor became more valuable. European peasants gained greater freedom and higher wages, weakening systems like serfdom. This mattered because it slowly shifted power away from rigid feudal systems and opened the door for greater social mobility in the future. In the 1400s, Europe entered the Renaissance, a rebirth of learning inspired by rediscovered Greek and Roman knowledge. Thinkers promoted humanism, the belief that humans had individual potential and could understand the world through reason and education. This changed humanity by encouraging scientific thinking, artistic creativity, and intellectual curiosity, instead of relying only on tradition or religious authority. Artists, authors, and scientists like William Shakespeare, Galileo, and Isaac Newton transformed literature, astronomy, mathematics, and physics. At the same time, corruption within the Catholic Church led to the Reformation. In the 1500s, Martin Luther challenged unfair church practices. Using the printing press, his ideas spread rapidly across Europe. This mattered because it weakened the religious unity of Europe and increased the spread of literacy, debate, and individual interpretation of ideas. Meanwhile, European nations searched for new trade routes to Asia. Driven by gold, glory, and God, explorers crossed the Atlantic and connected continents permanently. This launched the age of colonization. Spanish conquistadors like Hernan Cortez and Francisco Pizarro conquered the Aztec and Inca empires using advanced weaponry, disease, and military tactics. Portugal colonized Brazil, while Britain established colonies in North America. This reshaped humanity through the Columbian Exchange, the global transfer of crops, animals, diseases, technologies, and cultures between the Eastern and Western hemispheres. Foods like potatoes and corn spread worldwide, helping populations grow dramatically. But diseases devastated indigenous populations in the Americas. For the first time in history, nearly every major region of Earth became economically and culturally connected. In the 1700s, the Enlightenment challenged old ideas about power and society. Philosophers argued that government should protect natural rights and serve the people rather than rule through divine authority. These ideas mattered because they inspired democratic governments and challenged absolute monarchies across the world. The American Revolution fought against taxation without representation and created a constitutional republic. The French Revolution attacked social inequality and monarchy while promoting liberty, equality, and citizenship. Revolutionary ideas spread into Latin America, where colonies fought for independence from European empires. This connected people globally through shared ideas of freedom, nationalism, and self-government. At the same time, the Industrial Revolution transformed daily human life more rapidly than almost any period before it. Beginning in Britain during the late 1700s, factories, steam engines, railroads, and mass production dramatically increased the amount of products available and global trade. Industrialization mattered because it shifted humanity from agricultural societies into machine-powered economies. Railroads and steamships connected nations faster than ever before, increasing worldwide trade and migration. But industrialization also created harsh factory conditions, overcrowded cities, pollution, and dangerous labor. In response, labor unions and reform movements fought for workers' rights, public education, abolition of slavery, and women's rights. Humanity became wealthier and more technologically advanced, but also faced growing struggles over inequality and economic systems like capitalism, socialism, and communism. In the late 1900s, industrial power and nationalism erupted into global conflict. World War I began in 1914 after tensions between alliances exploded in Europe. Industrial weapons made warfare deadlier than ever before. This mattered because it introduced total war, entire societies devoting their economies, industries, and populations towards conflict. After the war, the Treaty of Versailles punished Germany harshly, contributing to economic collapse and instability. The Holocaust revealed the horrifying extremes of hatred and authoritarianism. The nuclear weapons that were being used show that humanity now possessed the power to destroy entire cities instantly. After the war, the world divided into two superpowers during the Cold War: the capitalist United States and the communist Soviet Union. This rivalry shaped global politics for decades. Proxy wars in Korea and Vietnam divided nations and families. The arms race pushed scientific and military advancement to dangerous levels. But competition also led to the space race, eventually putting humans on the moon. Humanity proved it could leave its own planet. After the Cold War, many colonies gained independence during decolonization, reshaping global power structures. Then came the digital revolution. The invention of the internet connected billions of people instantly across continents. Advances in medicine, biology, agriculture, and communication transformed daily life faster than ever before. Today, humanity faces global challenges that affect all nations together: pandemics, climate change, and environmental destruction. For the first time, humanity increasingly understands that survival may depend on global cooperation rather than division. So, what defines humanity? We are curious creatures. We build civilizations, but we also destroy them. We create art while inventing weapons. We divide ourselves through borders, religion, and ideology, yet we constantly reconnect through trade, science, and communication. Throughout history, the same patterns repeat: innovation, conflict, exploration, collapse, and rebirth. But if another civilization learns anything from us, let it be this: humanity never stopped reaching forward. This message was sent from Earth, and despite all of our flaws, the world still spins around.